Yay! It's alive! It's alive! My mystery plant actually is growing some new leaves. Greetings, everyone. I'm so glad you're coming along with me on my morning coffee walk this morning. Basically, all I'm going to show you is a few things that are kind of new or things that have changed in the garden, and not necessarily a tour of the garden at all, just a few things that are different than the last time I showed you. So let's go ahead and get going. Oh, by the way, my name is Darlene, and this is Darlene's Garden. We live in Marquardt Meadows, and if you want to send me anything, it's 827 North 5th Street in Athena, Oregon, 97813. So that was fast. But if you really wanted to send me something, you go back and listen to it again and catch that. I get a little, well, I don't really get envious, but I find it interesting that some of the people I listen to, they get gifts from other listeners just because. And so that would be kind of fun, but don't feel obligated, of course. Please don't feel obligated. Well, let's get on that morning coffee walk. Are you ready? Let's go. I find it fascinating how different kinds of peppers look differently. These two plants right here, that one, and that one, well, and this one too, are all pepper plants, but they look so different. The leaves are a different texture even. These are kind of soft and fuzzy, and those are shiny, more shiny and just different. I think I'll munch off a little bite here. See if I can get that out of there without injuring. There we go. Right into my mouth. And you hear me chomp. Empty areas in this bed. Today I planted seeds. I planted some kale, some spinach, some beets, some radish in various places where there's nothing growing other than weeds. And hopefully they come up. My first petunia in bloom. Isn't it pretty? And the purple petunia right in front of these purple flowers that I don't remember the names of. Some of them are purple and some of them are white with purple on the inside. I got around to making a bird bath. I haven't noticed any birds bathing in it yet, but hopefully they will. I wonder if that eagle makes them not want to. Hard to tell. Finally have something coming up here. I wish things had come up in the rest of this row. Well, I've got onions coming up nicely, but I planted more of whatever this is. I planted both beans and cucumbers, I think. I can't remember what all I planted, but at least I've got something coming up, and it looks nice. I don't remember if these were cantaloupes or cucumbers or squash. I should have put a label on them. But there's a row of them coming up nicely. And this is on my infamous mound, which is kind of out by the road, as you could tell by the sound of the car that just went past. There are other things planted in there too, and they haven't come up yet. I have some peas planted over here. They should be coming up shortly. Kind of dry, but you know, the pea farmers around here, they plant their pea seeds in dry soil and they come up just fine. This rose bush looks lush this year, doesn't it? Beautiful, beautiful. If I remember right, when it blooms, it'll have real delicate pink, pinkish, almost white, pinkish roses. It's a wild rose. And my lilacs are in full bloom. They smell so good, you can smell them all over the garden, all over the yard. Beautiful. And the California poppies are in bloom too. I think they're so pretty. I've had my avocado tree outside for a couple of days now. And this one's also an avocado tree. They kind of look different from each other. I don't know why. And that one's looked a little not quite so healthy lately, so it's nice and green though, except for those bottom few leaves. And it's getting new leaves at the top, so I think it'll be all right. Rhubarb, coneflower, leek, pea, lemon balm. These both are tiny Tims. Eggplant. Oh, and that's a tiny Tim also, and this one is basil. So, and this one is kitty cat. Hi, Lulu. How's my Lulu? Well, I'm going to have to cover this with something. I checked it earlier this morning. It was just fine. So whatever it is that's digging in my beds here where I planted corn seeds a couple days ago, it's happening during the daylight hours, because I checked it about 7:38ish this morning, and it was just fine. But both beds have had something in them, so I have some ideas as to what I can do. I don't know whether these strawberries are wild or not wild. They came up without my planting them. I don't remember that I planted them at any rate. Although, if I did, it was a year or two ago, over by the neighbor's fence. So I relocated them so that they were over here where I could keep an eye on them. I have a volunteer potato plant coming up here at the end of my little walkway in between my two beds. I need to pull grass away from the walkway, but not critical there just because it's the walkway. But this is the area where I had planted potatoes last year, and I apparently missed one. My radish are getting close to being ready to pick. You can see there where that radish is looking pretty good. I have a kale that I don't remember planting there, but that's okay. It looks like one of the Russian kales. Fennel looking good. Fennel, Florence fennel that I planted started in a little cup and transplanted out, it disappeared. So I started more, and I put the cups right by. And it will be a different, the Florence fennel has the big bulb on the end. Here, I'm not showing you anything. Wandering around. Whereas this kale, or excuse me, fennel, doesn't have that big bulb on the end. I love the way it smells. There we go. I have some nasturtiums coming up here too, and that's California poppy, more nasturtiums, some calendula, and I think this is the Cherokee purple that I planted. This is so gorgeous. This is garden sage and thyme. And that's been in my container. This is its third summer. Well, it will be its third summer. So we finally got the raspberry bushes trellised up, and they look so much better. They look like raspberry bushes are supposed to look. Update on my grapes. I see no signs of life on this one. All kinds of grass coming up there. Or this one. But look at this one. That looks good. Coming up. And since I knew I only had one for sure, I was at the store on Mother's Day and got myself a Mother's Day present. And this one actually has little grapes starting out on it already. It's looking good. Make that down smaller so you can see it. Got that planted in. Okay, well, I told you it wasn't going to be very much. Just showing you things that were new. Or new and improved. Whatever. And that's all we're going to do for today. I drank my coffee. And I'm just going to rest for a while. I must have slept wrong on the bed or something last night. I had to medicate myself with ibuprofen and aspirin today to be able to function. I got a spot in my back that just really hurts. But as long as I'm medicated up, it's not too bad. When it wears off, it's like, ouch. But I notice moving around, kind of exercising it and stretching it helps. So I think I just laid wrong for too long in the same spot while I was sleeping, and that happens sometimes, especially when you get a little older. So, and you like my pretty nails? They match what I wore to church on Sunday. On Mother's Day. And then, I got to go out we went to, it was honor of my husband's mother, my mother-in-law. My mom has graduated to heaven in 2012, but my husband's mom is still living and she's in her 80s. And we went to a Mexican restaurant in Hermiston, Oregon, along with one of his sisters and some grandchildren, great-grandchildren. And my daughter was there also, and my grandson, and that was really special. So, and I like Mexican food. It was good. You know what, I was telling my husband today, because, I couldn't eat all of it. I had to have leftovers, and I ate the leftovers today. the thing I like about Mexican food, besides the fact that it's really yummy when you're eating it, is that it's all mushed together. I mean, there's separate things. You've got beans, you've got rice, you've got tortilla, you've got lettuce, you've got cheese, you've got meat. And when you first get it on the plate, when they bring it to you, you can tell which thing is which, even though it's all kind of together. But by the time it's leftovers, it's one big conglomeration of food, and oh, is it yummy? I think it's almost better as leftovers than it is the first time around. But that's just me. I like it. Chinese food's kind of the same way. Yummy. Yummy the second time around, as well as the first time. But we had a good day. It was nice. Well, I better let you go. I hope you're having a good day. Happy gardening. Happy whatever you're doing today. May the good Lord richly bless you. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. A lot of you've watched it the last few days, but compared to how many people have watched it and how many new subscribers I've got, a lot of people watch without subscribing. So don't forget to subscribe. And of course, hit that like button and hit that little bell next to your subscribe, where you subscribe, so that you get notified when I make new videos. And I'll see you on the next video. God bless.